and welcome to this video. And I am a candidate master now. I got the title a few days ago and I'm really happy about that. And today I want to show you a game that I played 1.5 years ago. I managed to win that game with a beautiful queen sacrifice, but before that I was in a lot of trouble. So I played as white and I opened up with e4, and my opponent played a Sicilian defense, and I went for the Open Sicilian. Played knight c6, knight c3, just standard developing moves, and he played a6, just covering the b5 square, which is often very useful in the Sicilian defense. Played bishop e3, and after knight f6, I played f3, followed by queen d2, and this is the so-called English attack, which you can often do against the Sicilian. The general idea is that you don't want to play queen d2 immediately, because then you get hit with knight g4. So you first play f3, covering that square, and then queen d2. I played e6, queen d2, and after bishop e7, I don't know why I didn't castle queenside. For some reason, I was scared that I was getting attacked, but after castling queenside, I can play g4, g5, and I'm just much faster than black. But instead, I played bishop e2, and my plan was to castle kingside, which was basically just really bad, because now my move f3 doesn't make any sense. This pawn would like to be an f4 or an f2, but not an f3, because it blocks his bishop, and if you castle queenside, then g4, g5 is an idea, and this pawn supports that. But here, of course, my plan is not to go g4. But yeah, he played bishop d7 actually, staying flexible with his king. And I castled, he castled, and I played a4, just preventing any b5 ideas. Rook c8, and I took on c6, so I wanted to get a5, but I can't do that right away. So we got this position. I played rook fd1, activating this rook, and later on maybe I can try to play a5, queen c7, a5. And now one of the reasons why this f3 move was not good, because whenever you place d5, let's say we get this trade in the center, you can take like this, like this, like this. Bishop takes d5 is actually the strongest, and my pawn would like to be in f2, because now my king is very weak. But okay, played queen b8. I think he wanted to prepare rook d8, and he can't do that immediately because of bishop b6. So queen b8, and here this was probably where things started to go wrong. I played knight a4, and the problem is, so I wanted to play knight b6, but the problem is that now he gets d5 and my knight isn't interfering in the center at all. So I played d5, he played d5, and now if I play knight b6, I didn't play that, he can play rook d8 and support this pawn, and I'm much worse. And in the game I figured that out, and I thought, okay, maybe let's make things interesting, and I played e5. Now he should take this pawn, because if he goes knight d7, f4, and at least I'm not allowing, I've blockaded the center, and at least I'm not losing immediately. So I played queen takes e5, bishop f4, this was my idea, so I cannot go back. Queen h5, and yeah, my idea was that this queen might get trapped, but it just didn't get trapped. That was the problem. I played g4, he played queen h3. Now I played the move knight b6. So this was also a step in the wrong direction, because it allowed bishop c5 check, Instead, bishop g3, preparing bishop f1 would have been better, because I can't play bishop f1 right away, this pawn is hanging. And now let's say after bishop g3 he does nothing, I can play bishop f1, queen h6 and g5. So this is my threat. But I played knight b6 and I just missed that he has bishop c5 check. And I play king h1, and now he found the move knight takes g4 with the point to meet f takes g4 with d4 check, and I'm getting checkmated. So he's also threatening knight f2 check, so I play bishop g3 covering against that. Now if he would play knight f2, at least I can take. And he played knight e3, attacking my rook g1 and knight c4. So now he wants to win the exchange, and now I could save the exchange. For example, I can, because this rook is also in attack. I don't know how many moves ago, but the problem is I can just never take this because knight f2 is coming. I can't take that really because I'm getting checkmated, and the rook g1 knight c4, I can't take this rook because my queen is hanging. But I could play bishop takes c4, I didn't play that. And then I'm not losing the exchange, because if he takes my rook, I can, for example, take his rook and I'm not losing the exchange. But he can just take, and now this is hanging, and I'm losing, for example, rook f1, rook cd8, I'm down 2 pawns. His bishops are very strong, and I just didn't want to enter that. So I decided, okay, I'm just completely lost. Let's set a trap and get some counterplay. And I think this was my only good decision in this game, and it worked out perfectly. I play queen c3, just sacrificing my rook, and because now I can't even take his rook, I can just retreat him, my knight is getting trapped. So I took back, and now at least I've got some pressure on the g7 pawn. And now I've got a question for you. Is knight takes b6 a good move or not? Yeah, you probably know the answer if I ask like this. It's not a good move, but he played it, and instead he should, I don't know, maybe do something else, but not knight takes b6, because this overlooks the threat which I had, which is actually really beautiful. So don't recapture, because then I'm just completely lost. I'm down an exchange and 2 pawns, and my king is really weak. But I had queen takes g7 check. Now he has to take. Another thing is, with these 3 pieces, I'm checkmating black's king, and my opponent is up 15 points of material. So bishop e5 check is a double check, and he cannot go back. This is covered by the rook. And double checks are very effective in chess, because if you give a double check, your opponent has to move the king, and he can't block or something like this. So king h6 is the only move. And now I had bishop g7 check. Yeah. The thing is, I have to decide between these 2 moves, but of course this is much stronger, because after this I cannot move my f-pawn anymore, which I can here. And now this bishop is joining the attack. And with these 3 pieces, I'm just checkmating black's king. King h4 is met by bishop f6 checkmate. So I play queen g4. And now what do you take, with the bishop or with the rook? I took with the rook, which was the right decision. Bishop takes g4 is also winning, but it allows black's king to run. So rook takes g6, rook takes g4. Another point is that I want to move this rook. This square is covered, and after that I can checkmate black's king with the bishop f6. So he played d4 check. now played the beautiful move rook g2 check, just stepping into this pin, but before black can pick up my rook, I'm checkmating the king. Bishop f6 check, and it's actually very nice that my opponent allowed the checkmate like this, and this is checkmate. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just let me go through the crucial moments of the game. So here, basically it all started to go wrong when I decided to castle kingside. Of course, I should castle queenside. And yeah, here was probably my second mistake, that I played knight a4, so the knight leaves the eye of the center, and now d5 is much stronger. And the last thing is basically that my opponent missed this nice tactic, and I managed to win beautifully. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.